What's going on, everyone? My name is Sherwin, and in this video we are in the garage studios, and I will be installing this Hansshow F9 instrument screen, intelligent instrument screen. This is not a sponsored video. However, I did win a $100 gift card from a contest they had over on Instagram during Black Friday, and they had this on sale, and I figured why not put the $100 towards this and see what it is. But I was waiting for this one because this actually has the pass-through for the vents. The previous versions that I've seen for screens behind the steering wheel blocks the vent, and I get hot. I get hot. That's why I keep saying Model Y should come with ventilated seats, and probably soon they will have them because I sweat a lot. And so for it to be blocking the vents, I didn't like that design. So this one has the vent holes, so now the ventilation will come through. So hopefully I can figure this out and install it, and let's go. Okay, so we have the screen here. We have the cables. There's instructions on YouTube. There's a video for both Intel and AMD CPUs. I don't know what this USB is, but we'll figure it out. And then I also got the one where there is a camera that can be attached onto the front bumper. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough time to install that, but wish me luck. All right, so we're going to take this pry tool and we're going to pry this part loose. In the video, it seems like it was coming out fairly easily, but not sure why this one is not coming out as easily as the video. Oh, never mind. I just needed to put some more elbow grease, so check that out. Next is we need to get this part loose, again with the pry tool, and I guess they just pop right up. Oh man. Yeah, we just have to pry this guy up. Oh, ta-da! Okay, I got it loose. This is the first time I'm doing this, so the next one is we gotta go to the other side. All right, we're on the passenger side, and again, the pry tool, we just gotta loosen this up. You know, this thing came loose already, I think, because I popped it open on the other side, but okay, let's go. All right, there it is. It is loose, and this comes off. I don't think there is any wires attached to this. Nope, there are no wires attached. Let's take a closer look at this. So that's pretty much like your dashboard that runs across, and no wires attached once you pop it open. All right, so I guess the next thing is removing this, the weather strip. Oh yeah, it just comes right out. And then the next thing is this plastic piece right here. Okay, just a couple clips. Oh, but this is not a clip. So the clip is up top. Once it pops out, just lift it up. And then there's like these round piece here, again with the pry tool, you just pop them loose. They look like the ones that come off the mud flaps. All right, so once that part is loose over here, we need to loosen this up. This piece right here, so you can pop them up. Do I just pop it? Sounds like there's little clips, yep. Do I just pull? I just lift it up. There we go. All right, so we get access to some wiring. So next we loosen this guy up. Oops. Ooh, don't lose that. You know, maybe I should remove the weather mats. All right, so we now have access to these. Now, I have the AMD version on my MCU. And so I'm supposed to tap into one of these wires down here. And I think somewhere else in there, the blue. Oh, there's the blue one right there. The blue behind is red. So we're going to do that. Okay, so the cables themselves have labels on them. And so this is if you have the Intel. And this is if you have AMD. And if you don't know which one you have, you can check your computer and it'll display whether you have Intel or AMD. All right, so what you need to do is connect, unplug this. So this was the original one. You unplug it from there, and it serves as like a Y splitter kind of thing. So that way you could just tap into the power. So this is for the power. And then that blue piece that I showed you earlier is for the, I think it's the CAN bus because it has a label called CAN. But it's also like a Y splitter because what it does is you're going to be using the existing blue port, but this is now your new existing blue port. So if you ever need to add anything else, you plug it in here. So you are going to be left with some cables that are not used because it's the Intel one. But you just have to clean it up and wrap it around here. So hopefully there's going to be enough room. But I'm going to run the wire up to here all the way to the steering wheel and behind it. And we'll clean it up later. But let's see if it works first. Okay, so the next thing is the wiring harness. So there's a black and red. These two right here are for the screen, and then I have this yellow one for the camera that'll go in the front bumper or on the front bumper. In the video that they have on YouTube is slightly different because the wires actually run along the from the side of the passenger door, but in the version I have, they just connect like right here, and that's it. All right, so it comes with 4 screws, 2 different sizes, and supposedly I'm supposed to put the 2 bigger ones here in the middle, and then the outer ones are the smaller ones. But when I put this screw out here, it wasn't gripping. So I ended up just doing it this way, like alternating, and they seem to be staying on. So we'll see. All right, next we're gonna just connect these wires together. If the colors don't match, they do have numbers on them. So 1, 2, and 3. The 3 again is optional if you're not getting the camera, but I got the one with the camera. You just pretty much connect it and then test it and see if it works. Well, it looks like it's powering on and everything. Let's go clean it up. I don't know if I have enough time to do the front camera, but if I do, then we'll continue on with this video. All right, so we're gonna need a 10mm socket wrench to remove some of the plastic stuff here in the frunk. So it is metric, not that imperial stuff, so we gotta get that. All right, so I removed the frunk basket, and this is what it looks like underneath. I could actually try to fix my headlight. I think it got misaligned. I don't know if you could see that. Well, I went to the canyon run in Azusa, Mount Baldy Canyon Run. If you haven't seen that video, I think there was a lot of body roll while I was having fun in the canyons, and it pushed my headlight inwards. So hopefully I can just tighten it up. Looks like this is one of the bolts to tighten up, but I don't know if you could see that or hear it. And I think the wrap shop tried to hide something else that they may have broken or not put back. But this is the plug for the emergency frunk release, and I didn't know there was a light there. So I don't know, hopefully it's not broken. I just need to plug it in, but it looks, I don't know what happened there. Maybe it's just dirt, but we'll see. Okay, one of the hardest parts is fishing. You have to cut a little hole right there, and I got a fish. The problem is my fishing wire is not really a wire, so it doesn't bend as much, and my hand could barely fit the other side. But as you can see, that is the tip of the fishing line, so I'm gonna have to tape one side of it and run it through. Okay, I can't get it through, and I think the fishing wire that I have is too thick to get in there, and I'm running out of time. So for the time being, I'm just gonna have the monitor installed, clean things up. Now I am pretty happy that I got the headlights to line up. I fixed the alignment on it. Thankfully, I didn't have to go into this side because there's another screw here, I think somewhere here, that I would have to probably remove the bumper. But all I did was adjust that screw, 10mm socket wrench. And yeah, we're gonna probably have to do the camera on another video at another time. But let's go close everything up because I got other things I need to do. Okay, so it looks like they just forgot to plug in that cable because my light is on, and if you push, it actually will unlatch the frunk. So the wrap shop, another thing against that wrap shop, if you haven't seen that wrap shop video for this car, that's another thing that they forgot the right word, or neglected to put back. But yeah, so that part's done. One of the things that I was a bit concerned about doing this project and seeing the videos is, will there be enough room for the cables that we've added? And there's actually a lot of room behind this area where that blue port was. There's actually a lot of room there. So if you're gonna do any more modifications where you're gonna put the wire harness and everything in there, there is plenty of room behind this area right here. So we're gonna close things up and clean things up a little bit, and we're gonna check things out. So another tip when you're putting back this plastic trim right here, that plastic trim, you want to start from here. Start from there and work your way down instead of the other way, because it's a lot simpler. All right, so looks like we installed it. It is touchscreen, but why is my odometer not synchronizing? It says 0, but my range is 142 now, 51%. So that part matches. Let's see what the settings do. Oh, that's weird. I hit settings and it goes away. Now there was a post on Instagram that there is an update, a patch. So let me see how far I can get with settings and continue on. Okay, so a couple of things to share with you all. I guess I had to put the car in drive to fully, I don't know, turn it on or have it connect to the system. And this is the third time I'm running this update, and you can contact support via WhatsApp, and I've been in touch with them, and I've even was like on a video call with them to show them like what's going on, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find out what software version it's running, and I don't know how to do it. And they're telling me to right click and right click, and I guess there's like a language barrier, but I was like showing them in the video. I'm like, I'm touching the screen, and what do you mean by right click? Do I press and hold? Well, apparently what he means by right click is the right scroll wheel on the steering wheel, and you gotta hold it to the right, like press to the right, and it unhold it, and it's gonna tell me what version software I'm running, just to make sure, because I think it's just an endless like software update. Like the software itself doesn't check the version, and it always thinks it's running um, an older firmware. And yeah, so here's the thing. Because I'm in tech, like my mind, like these are to me it's important, and I've watched a handful of these videos, and no one seems to be going over that kind of stuff. And so this is why I do videos like these, because I get curious, and I think it's an important information to have. No one seems to be sharing that kind of information. Like, how do you check for the software version? You know, and so I'm gonna try to find out. I'm gonna try to figure it out. I'm gonna share with you guys. But it's getting late, and I was gonna do a review in another video, but I think I'm just gonna add on to this video. That way it's all in one video. But I'm gonna figure it out, and hopefully I can hopefully I can figure it out. So, but it's getting late. I'm gonna continue on, but we're gonna go to dinner soon, and then there's a meetup tomorrow, and I get to experience it more, and hopefully get you a good review on it. Yeah, the screen froze again. My door's open, but that's not open. This thing is not going well for me. I'm not really liking this. I don't know. I don't know. All right, so after months of the initial install, I still have not installed the front camera. I've been so busy with just many different things. As far as the screen, there have been some initial bugs, some glitches on the screen. Sometimes it would freeze, sometimes it would just be blank. But shout out to Edgar, who helped me with installing, because he bought one himself and he shared some tips and tricks and stuff during the install. Now, he did install his front camera with a little help, but I just could not do it at that time, and I still haven't done it. Also, shout out to David for helping me and providing me with the firmware patch and helping me figure out how to install the firmware patch onto the software. After this update, the screen software seems to have been improved, seems to have stabilized. It became more stable and predictable, if that makes any sense. As mentioned, it's been months and I love the screen. I mainly use it to display the speed and the horsepower. Now, the horsepower remains at 0 when I have autopilot enabled. I have spoken to a few other people who have different versions of this screen, and their horsepower actually displays properly when autopilot is enabled. I'm not sure if it's the current firmware that I have installed or if this version just hasn't received the same patches as the previous screens have. Another thing I like with the display is it displays both percent and range in miles. The screen itself is touchscreen. It connects to my iPhone using Apple CarPlay. I know it could do more, but the only reason why I got this screen was to display the speedometer and just have a little display behind the steering wheel. I want it to be similar to my Rivian R1T and Model X. The vent has air traveling through it, but it feels like it's hitting the shaft part of the steering wheel. I've tried adjusting the position, but I don't feel as much air as if I had not installed it. It makes me wonder if I'm doing something wrong or if there's a defect, since no other video mentions of this. Is it worth it? I got this for about $293 with the camera. I was supposed to get a free Cybertruck backpack, but because my first shipment got lost, I guess they ran out when they fulfilled a replacement. As a reminder, I also did get a $100 gift card from a Black Friday contest that they had over on Instagram. It's normally around $400. If I were to do it again, I would, but I would not get the front camera. I just don't find an immediate need for it. It's nice, but as you can see, months later, I still do not have it installed. The installation is fairly easy. I wish the software implementation though was a little bit better, maybe with clearer instructions. It's a great addition, especially if you miss using CarPlay or if you just want to have similar screen displays like Rivian R1T and Model X. Again, don't expect to get the same amount of airflow even with the vent cutout, at least from my experience. That's pretty much about it. Again, this is not a sponsored video. I don't have any coupons to give out, but contact David on Instagram, my Teslanda. He usually has a discount code for you to use if you are interested on this F9 screen or any products from Hansshow. He has coupon codes for you, so reach out to him. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please like. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.